Before we begin, I want you to watch this. This is fan on maximum on the floor, directed right at me, at my skirt. And I'm wearing a wrap skirt. I'm trying really hard to make it open up. So say I'm walking on the street, and there is a strong wind from this side, right? Let's put it here. There's a little bit leg poking out, but I wouldn't say that I need to do this kind of thing. Let's try other side. This is industrial fan. It's kind of powerful. It's a wrap skirt that doesn't open. You can see the wind, right? It's from the bottom. It should open my skirt. See, my hair is moving. See, this flaps are moving, the tie. Anyway, I hope you see the point. This is my my new favorite wrap skirt. Obviously, the favorite part of it is this massive ruffle. I somehow just stepped into my ruffle era, and anything at all with any amount of ruffle just makes me super happy. But what is this magic? What is this magical pattern that doesn't allow the wrap skirt to unwrap? There are two secret ingredients to this. First one, I have plenty of overlap. I basically lifted up this side completely to the top, and you still don't see anything. A bit of the leg, but I still look decent. And second one, no, it's not ruffles. Ruffles are just decorative. And second one is the pattern. If you tried working with commercial patterns, you also know that very often you copy it and the result isn't as good as you expected, and you don't know what to think. If something is wrong with the pattern, if your body is a problem. But the answer is much more simple than that. Neither. The pattern has a design based on a set of standard measurements. You, on the other hand, are not that set of standard measurements. The pattern is designed to fit an average idea of a woman. But you are not an idea of a woman. You are a real human being. Real people are not some average numbers subtracted from some other average numbers multiplied by another average number. You have your own unique body, and your starting point should be your own unique body. While I do have a pattern from the skirt, I created it based on my custom skirt block. And you don't want my pattern unless you are of an exact same height, you have exact same waist and hip measurements and exact same hip depth. It will not work on you. My custom skirt block has my body in it. So no wonder every single time I design a skirt based on it, it always fits me like a glove, because it's designed to fit me. And look, every single pattern you can think of for any garment at all, for tops and skirts and trousers, whatever, they all start with some sort of standard blocks, like these ones. And these blocks contain in themselves the measurements, the posture, the ease. So once you use this block to design something, the final garments will also include those sets of measurements, the posture, the ease. Now imagine what would happen if the patterns you were using to make your clothes were based not on some average standard whatever, but actually included your body, your measurements, your posture, and your preferred ease. What would happen? As a result, every single garment you make would always fit you. And while I will never sell you my pattern, because I know that it won't work for you as well as it works for me, let me show you very quickly how I designed this skirt and this top using my custom blocks. How to make a pattern for this wrap skirt. I start with my custom skirt blocks, and first thing I do is just copy them as they are to the new piece of paper. Now I will extend my dart all the way to the hemline. Front. On the back I can just move both my darts into one, make a bigger one. And now I will cut my patterns open and close the dart. Same in the front. Yeah, so I have my skirt like this. This is a dart, and I just close my dart. Creates a nice A-line. And in case of this skirt, I decided to make it very, very simple. So I combined my side seams, front and back, into one pattern. So it starts taking shape, and now I can start copying it. So in this case, my grain direction is through the center back. I also mark the center front, and here I can flip it and continue copying my center front until the dart. I will also mark my general front position here, so I see it. Then I also decide on the length of my skirt. In this case, I also need to keep in mind that I'm adding a ruffle, so it doesn't have to be too long. Let's say I add this much around the entire hemline. I'll cut it out to make it easier to see. And now the wrap. So this is my center front. This is where it sits. That's wrong. It's here. This is my second dart. So what I want to do, I want to continue my wrap all the way to the second dart of the skirt. So from here, I start just drawing a curve this way. And because I will have two of these details, this will overlap. So this is my pattern. It will have only one seam on the back, and here it will start going on the bias, which will create also beautiful drape. And this is what I have on the front. And because this is a center front, this is my overlap. So from kind of here to here. So this entire bit is safety. It's a very generous overlap that goes all the way till the second dart on the other side. And this creates a safe to wear wrap skirt regardless of the shape of the skirt. And two more details here. Long narrow strip for the waistband that allows me to cover the entire circumference of the skirt plus extra for the ties, and I will interface it only where it sits on the skirt. So the ties are not interfaced. And I will put one buttonhole to create an opening for the second tie when I'm doing the wrapping. This way it will sit on my waist and not move. And in this case, I also have a ruffle. It's basically just a very, very long strip of gathered fabric. On my top layer, it goes almost all the way to the top and then around the entire hemline, and on the under layer it stops around here, so I don't have extra bulk under the wrap. And that's really it. That's how I designed this wrap skirt. How to make a pattern for a simple boxy t-shirt. This is a simplified block where the bodice and the sleeve are one piece, and actually I don't even draw separate patterns for tops like this. I just use my block, which is cut out of harder cardboard, and just copy it right away onto the fabric. The only difference here is that I have two necklines. This one, higher one, is for the back and lower one is for the front. And in case of this t-shirt, I even cut it from one piece of fabric, so there are no shoulder seams. The only other detail I'm adding is the trim for the neckline. I'm measuring the entire circumference of the ready neckline, and depending on the stretch of the fabric, I will cut out a separate trim which will be 20 to 30% shorter than the full circumference of the neck, and that's it. That's the entire t-shirt pattern. It is that simple, and you can absolutely learn how to do this. This is not black magic, it's pattern logic. Look, these are my blocks, and this is the skirt pattern. It took me more time taping the pieces of paper together than designing a pattern. Clothes making becomes very simple once you stop outsourcing your decision making, and once you stop thinking about pattern drafting as some big and very complex industrial level something skill. It's really that simple when the only body you're working with is yours. Remember, clothes should be made to fit you, not the other way around. It is a lot easier and quicker to make something work for you right from the start than trying to fix something that was never made to fit you in the first place. So if you're tired of constant guesswork and you would love to create clothes with confidence, knowing that will always work for you, I invite you to check our online clothes making courses. We make clothes making make sense. All the details via the link below this video. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday.